The Seahawks take out the Cardinals 22-16. Hall of Famer Warren Moon. What do you think? I mean, a lot went on in this game, and so much about Thursday Night Football and a bunch of injuries and penalties. But boy, some heroic performances out there tonight.
Well, it was a gut check for the Seahawks tonight to make it through this game. It was one of those games of attrition. Who was going to survive it? And you saw at the end of the game, a lot of those players couldn't even move. They were just so tired and so spent. And when you have a division game like this, it always brings out a little bit extra in both football teams because they know each other so well. It's a much more physical football game when you play against a divisional opponent, and the Seahawks survived it. But they did lose a lot of players in this game, a lot of injuries, even though they got the victory. And that's what we have to look and see and assess, how serious are some of those injuries that happened tonight, because we have a long season left to play.
Well, let's get right to the one that everybody seems to be concerned with, and that's Richard Sherman, who the NBC cameras caught him on the sideline, basically on a farewell tour, Warren. I mean, he was hugging Chris Richard and Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, and it looked like, from all points that he had torn his Achilles and he's out for the season. Yeah,
it just seems like to me if he had a torn Achilles, though, he'd be in a lot more pain and he wouldn't be able to move around as well as he did. But I'm hoping that's not what it is, but if it is what it is, he's done for the season, no question about it. That's about a 9-month injury, and it'd be very unfortunate because Richard's having another great year. But that's what happens when you play these games. If you come into these games, these Thursday night games, with tired legs, which a lot of these players are very tired from the game just 4 days ago, injuries usually happen when you're tired because your body just can't react the way it normally reacts in a football game, and that's when injuries come.
All right, so you talk about the performance of this team tonight. It seemed pretty efficient, but I thought defensively, I mean, if there weren't 4 penalties on one drive for the Cardinals, they would have never scored that first touchdown. The penalties were out of hand. Did you think some of the refs' calls were ticky-tack?
I thought some of them were. I saw some of those replays, and some of them I just couldn't find. One of them was a hand to the face by I think it was Coleman. I mean,
Griffin?
Yeah, it was Griffin. Yeah, and you just didn't see it. You didn't see a hands to the face on that particular play, and just very, very ticky-tacky on some of them. So even though the Seahawks did have a number of penalties and they still need to cut those down, there were a few that just were kind of uncalled for.
How about the performance of Russell Wilson tonight? I mean, earlier in the week, Pete Carroll says, well, we'd like to see him stay in the pocket a little bit. And then that miracle shot he threw to Baldwin was unbelievable.
Well, he looked like Fran Tarkington on that particular play. A couple of pirouettes. He looked like a Baryshnikov, like a ballet dancer. But we've seen him do stuff like that before, those Houdini type of acts. And what a play by Doug Baldwin, going up and just making a play on the ball. And all that was Russell trusting Doug Baldwin that I'm going to throw him the football and he's going to make a play on it, and that's exactly what he did. That's that communication and that relationship that those two players have had for the last 6 years.
And that's something that Pete Carroll and the Seahawks coaching staff, they have to live with because there is good and bad when Russell starts to do those things, but the more he tries to keep those plays alive, usually he's able to pull something out.
There's a few times in the pocket where he didn't have to take a sack. If he just throws the football away and goes back and calls another play, you don't have a negative play. But that's what he does. He holds on to the ball until he can try and make a play, and we've seen him make more plays than he does not make plays, and that's something you try not to coach out of a guy like him.